In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to set up your first ClickUp workspace, spaces, folder, and task. We'll move step by step so you can follow along easily, whether you're brand new to ClickUp or just getting organized. By the end, you'll have a clean structure in place for your work, school, or personal projects, and you'll understand what each layer does so you can scale confidently. Start by opening your browser and going to app.clickup.com. On the landing page, choose Sign Up if you're new to ClickUp, or Log In if you already have an account. Either way, this will take you into your dashboard. If you're signing up for the first time, you'll go through a quick account creation process before reaching the main screen. Once you're in, look to the upper left corner of the interface for the workspace control. Click it, then select Create Workspace. Think of a workspace as the top-level home for everything you and your team will do in ClickUp. It's where all your spaces, folders, and tasks will live, and it's also where collaboration settings begin. You'll be asked where you plan to use this workspace, for work, personal, or school. Choose the option that matches your primary use, so ClickUp can tailor suggestions to you. Next, you'll see a prompt asking what you would like to manage. This could be projects, tasks, campaigns, or other categories that reflect your day-to-day work. Choose the ones that fit your needs to help ClickUp shape your initial setup. You'll then have the opportunity to invite people to your workspace. Enter the email addresses of the teammates or collaborators you want to bring in, and click Invite. This sends them an invitation to join you so you can assign tasks, share progress, and work together. After inviting, you'll be presented with a list of tools you'll be using. Select the tools that apply to your workflow so ClickUp can enable relevant options. Click. Next to continue. On the next screen, choose which features you're interested in trying. These may include advanced planning tools, collaboration features, or productivity boosters that support how you prefer to work. Make your selections and click Next. Finally, type the name of your workspace. Choose a clear, recognizable name so it's easy for everyone to identify. Then click Finish. With that, your workspace is created and ready for structure. Now, let's build that structure. On the left sidebar, click the plus New Space button. A space sits just under your workspace and helps you organize broad areas of work. Name your space something that reflects a department, subject, or project category, like work, school, or marketing. Click Continue, then click Create Space. Spaces are powerful because they let you separate big categories of work. For example, you might keep client projects in one space and internal operations in another. This keeps your views, automations, and permissions clean and focused. Open the space you just created. Inside, you'll see a plus sign icon that lets you add organizational elements. Click the plus sign, then click Folder. A folder sits inside a space and groups related lists together. Give your folder a name that matches the type of work it will contain, like projects, campaigns, or assignments, and click Create. Folders are especially helpful when you're managing multiple initiatives within the same area. For example, a marketing space might have folders for campaigns, content, and analytics. A school space might have folders for each subject or term. With your folder created, it's time to add a list and your first task. Click List to create a list inside the folder. Lists are where your tasks actually live, and they're ideal for breaking down work into manageable pieces. Once your list is visible, add a task. This is where the real work happens. Give your task a clear name, like Write Chapter Summary. A strong action-based title makes it obvious what needs to be done when you or a teammate sees it later. Next, choose the assignee. You can assign the task to yourself or to a team member you've invited to the workspace. Assigning ownership is key to accountability and helps everyone know who's responsible for moving the work forward. Set the due date to establish the timeline, whether it's a short-term deadline or something further out. When you add a due date, you're setting clear expectations and giving ClickUp the information it needs to surface reminders and plan your workload. Finally, choose the priority level. You can set it to low, medium, or high. Priority is a simple but powerful way to communicate urgency and importance. It helps you and your team triage work quickly, especially when multiple tasks are competing for attention. If you're managing ongoing work, consistent use of priorities can make your daily reviews and team check-ins much smoother. At this point, you've created a cohesive hierarchy, a workspace to house everything, a space to define a major area of work, a folder to group related initiatives, a list to organize tasks, and a task with clear details. This structure is flexible and scalable. As your needs grow, you can add more spaces for different departments or roles, more folders for categories, more lists for phases, and of course, more tasks for the actual work to be done. You'll find that the clarity you build now saves time later, reduces confusion, and makes collaboration feel seamless. To recap the flow we followed, you navigated to appy.clickup.com, signed up or logged in, created your workspace with the right purpose, selected what you'll manage, invited your collaborators, chose your tools and features, named the workspace, and finished the setup. Then you added a space, created a folder inside it, built a list, and added a task with a name, an assignee, a due date, and a priority. This is the core foundation of ClickUp, and it's all you need to get productive right away. If this How ClickUp Works guide helped you, like this video, hit subscribe, and leave a comment below telling us what kind of workspace you're creating. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.